Hello everybody, how are you going? And welcome back to Bloons Tower Defence 6, where there's been a pretty major update, and that is that we can now make our own maps. And I haven't gotten that far so far, but I'm interested to see what people have come up with so far. And then I guess so, number one, it is, honestly, I didn't even look at what the rules of this entire thing is. I mean, I guess it is on easy, but what is it classed as? Is it an expert, an advanced, a beginner? I mean, sadly, there's no water, but what otherwise can I be placing? Oh, wow, there's quite a few obstructions. Even the water tower is. Can I remove anything? No. Alright, well, dead desert, because I eventually read it correctly. I guess I'll just go sort of right on a curve, right about there. Also, what I was wondering if I could crack the lid open on what this guy, but I cannot be placing any water towers, and so, oh, let me just get rid of that guy. I'm not letting anyone through if I can help it, but who do I want? Maybe, like I said, maybe I do just go a bit of druid action just to cover the entire thing, and Heart of Thunder just right off the start. To be fair though, I do want to comment on the map design, and for a first try, at least from my first try of any of the community maps, I'm liking what I am seeing. Obviously there's nothing crazy like a big ravine and unpasses and overpasses and crosses and spirals. It's just a nice easy snake. But given how simplistic it is, I like it. The trees are there, there's a bit of shadows from the clouds, I guess, going over. I don't really know what else that would be. Maybe dust and sand bars, whatever it is. It's not just tree, or cactus, or barrel, whatever it may be. There's a little bit of a mixture in there, and I like what they've done. And so if this is the kind of standard that we're starting off with, I can't wait to see the next in, 5 rounds from now. Like I was saying though, it is pretty ridiculous how easy can truly be, and I can only imagine that this would be classed as a beginner track, even though, I mean, maybe it wouldn't be because it's relatively short. I guess if I do really want to be making it easy for myself, I have plenty of money just to be taking out the Moab instantly, so you can just go right on the corner and all the way up to Moab Assassin bigger bombs. Well, hang on a second. I tried to use it, but by then it was too late. It came flying out so much, and I guess everyone just got cleaned out, and the extra damage done by the Moab Assassin didn't help me to be able to use the ability to take it out instantly. Regardless, like I said, a very simple, very nice, clean map. I'm happy with the start, but I'm interested to see what else do people have. I guess I should also just be paying attention as to if there was any rating on them. I mean, maybe it is actually in it. Oh, you can actually choose the difficulty, but obviously not change the track difficulty, and then you've even got that within it. Wow, there is seriously a boatload of options here, and so I must commend them on their implementation of this. This is pretty darn cool, and so I feel like Australia, I wouldn't say it's the easiest. If you were trying to go from one side or around Australia, you're going to have at least a medium, if not a hard time. But I reckon medium just to give it a go. Oh, hang on a second. I feel like I want to quit already if they're having us come in from over there. What is it, like Exmouth or something? Not even Broome or Perth, of course. But geez, all the way down there. I mean, I must commend the fact that there are spiders everywhere. It looks like maybe sharks as well, and just people living in a couple of major places, which is not wrong. And so where and what can I place? Because there isn't much land, given how much land Australia is, and so maybe just a little bit of, wow, really? The tree is a bit of an obstacle? Okay, well, a little bit of this action, or maybe I can think, nah, I'll go in the Great Australian Bite. Luckily for me though, growing up in what I can only assume is probably this house just here, one of the 5 or 6 houses in all of New South Wales, has so far proven to be quite the advantage, as even though I'm playing on hard, there's nothing to really worry about. Ooh, you might be a little bit of a pain, but I'll just get rid of you, and the glue helps in that regard. Maybe just to help speed things along, a bit of a druid could help out. You know, it can just see things. Druid over there, hard thongs, lovely. I don't know why they are seemingly spawning on strong. I don't know. I don't think that's everyone, it's only the druids, and that's news to me. Actually, if I was going to be a little bit more realistic about the circumstances, I should just be grabbing a submarine and cruising all the way down the west coast, also all the way down here and porting a couple down in Perth, building a couple in Perth, whatever you want to be saying about it, they are living down there in Perth and then cruising all the way around with our AUKUS nuclear subs eventually. So I guess to be honest, there is really only one thing left to do, and that is just showcase what Australia is always made of. Ring of fire over here, bit of a ring of fire down here, bit of a ring of fire over here, maybe with a little bit of ice and water involved, you know, just a bit of this action as well, just to really crank up the humidity. Sadly, in my thinking time, I was rudely interrupted by beating the entire thing, but realistically, I think maybe just a spike factory over here just to kind of, you know, really get the mining going. And then, who else? New South Wales? I guess if nothing else, we'd just be the banana farm, just the bankrollers, and then I know what I want for windy and wild Melbourne all the way just, oh, I can't afford it, but I could soon. Druid of the Storm. Tassie, honestly, Tassie, like I was saying, gets forgotten about, and so they will basically get forgotten about once again. So I guess to answer the question that nobody ever asked, if you had to sum up Australia's climatic conditions and just general conditions using towers, you got some mining and you got a lot of heat. You got a lot of heat and a lot of humidity and a lot of wetness half the year and a lot of heat the other half of the year. You've also got a lot of humidity and a lot of heat. You got a bit of money and also a bit of randomness. You got windy Melbourne, and then you just got bone dry in the middle. Whoa, all of a sudden, look at those. They're so detailed. I've just gone from those 6 to these. These 3, I mean, you could almost say 6, but that's a bit of a difference between Among Us, Plants vs. Zombies. I mean, Plants vs. Zombies is cool, but some very simple ones all the way down to this. And so I guess Tranquil Trail's kind of just catching my eye the most. My goodness. Medium or easy, because it's tranquil. Why not? Oh, actually, I don't know how tranquil that is truly going to be, considering it breaks off into, what, 5? 4? I don't even know. 1, 2, is it? 3, 4? I don't even know how many it is, but there is a lot of different options in terms of having to coverage and not many options to have to be able to place things. How do you cover everything? Can I put sorted? Oh, I can put sorted down at the end there. I think that's just what I'm going to have to do. Can I? Yeah. Sorta, you go there and please cover me to the end. I guess actually now that it's round 3, I should probably pay attention and see where the balloons go. Wait, hang on. Wait, so you've got 2, well, you got 2 outside paths, 1 very quick one through the middle, and then 1 path absolutely takes them on a trek. Look how much longer and slower it is. They really have to take the whole Tranquil Trail. Wow, I'm hoping that's the Moab path, but otherwise, this is quite the route that they have to take. Look at this, poor sorta doesn't know which way she's going to be coming from. They're just flanking her from every side. I'm also just a little bit unsure as to how much room I really have to place anything here. Oh, I finally got it. Oh, actually, I've seen a couple of different spots. Wait, let me just see. Now that I know roughly what I'm looking for, up here, up there, anywhere, surely, maybe over here. Okay, so there's a couple of bigger spots, but really not that many. Obviously, I've also got the water, but given the fact that Tranquil Trail's made up by a whole bundle of rocks, I don't know how feasible that would really be. I mean, maybe just a buccaneer on either side just to cover the outsides, or if I put it in the middle, if I can, it might be able to get the range to cover both the middle and the outside. Yes, it can. Lovely. But ever since I got a bit more of a grasp on how the balloons were actually going to be going through this park and that the Tranquil Trail wasn't catching me off guard, it's been all right. It's been actually quite tranquil. I do love the scenery. All the little trees have been very well done. All the angles they've placed them on, all the little pets as well. This one is definitely the most detailed and favorite so far. It's been very well done to the point where it makes me wonder how easy or difficult is it to be making something like this. I mean, I don't have any experience in the editor, and before this update, I'm not sure that really anyone ever did in the grand scheme of things, but this, for no previous experience, is very well done, so shout out to this person. Oh, I've just realized that this monkey buccaneer can't actually see the side path at all. That's a completely wasted one there. Let me just scoot you over a bit if I can. The crab's a bit in the way. There we go. That should be much better long range. I don't know if you can hit the middle or not, but at least then it won't be the middle and the outside. Bit of grape shot just to cover it all. And then I was also thinking just maybe a little bit of total coverage by, I don't know where I want to be putting it, but by the flying guys. A wizard obviously could accomplish the same thing in a helicopter, kind of, but realistically I know what I want, and I just want a bit of centered path right in the middle. Rapid fire, never miss targeting should definitely help clean everything up, as well as, of course, the druid at the back here. If I can find a spot to put it, there's nowhere to put anything. How is it? What? That doesn't make any sense. That looks like I can't place there. Or, oh, can you place on the rocks, but you can't place on the grass? I expected it to be the other way around because you've got the rocky bit designating where all the balloons will go, but then once they're here, you can place on the rocks. That is very, very different. All right, well, now that I know that, it changes things, but I'm still going to be looking at getting the druid and just making sure that I can truly get all the way up and easily beat round 40 because I don't have anywhere to be putting my Moab Assassin just to make it truly a tranquil piece in the park. One thing that is a little bit disappointing with all the maps that I've tested so far is the fact that I've been clicking what I feel like is a lot of different things and I haven't even found anything to sell, let alone any of the crazy stuff that they've been doing in some of the new maps in terms of the true map designers. So that does make me wonder, are they holding out on people? Are they just going, you can make some maps, you can put some trees up, but we will hold the keys to the city, so to say. But here we go, round 40, and I'm just going to get rid of you nice and easily. Thank you very much. Victory is mine. basically no lives lost, and of course that was what I would say was a very peaceful walk in the park. Just planes flying around, obviously not with much serenity, with cannons and planes. I guess even lightning striking every now and again. It really would have been quite the loud environment, but it's a beautiful one at that. But as good as that one is, there is one that has been catching my eye, and there is a reason that it's at the top of the trending Monkey Meadow, but at a different angle, and it looks absolutely ridiculous. Plenty of people similarly liking it, and I feel like just for this, I have to give it the credit of playing on hard. God, that is so weird, especially because it's not even as though you're on the same perspective. You've been rotated 45 degrees as usually we're over the exit. Okay, well, let's just see how much room I truly have over here. Oh, it's the slithers. In that case, I guess sorta probably makes more sense right in there instead of in here. God, it's so compact though. I'm interested to see how everything works on this, but it's the same map, or at least it should be, but I bet the tactics wouldn't work perfectly the same. Either way, if I can ever fit sorta in here, if they ever let me, I'll try. There we go. Finally, round 3, only 77 to go. Whoa, hang on a second. Even the perspective shift is completely weird. I'll move them. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I want to sell you, sadly, but this perspective shift is so random. Look how big the glue gunner looks, and then by the time you get it down the front here, it looks tiny. Look, it grows and shrinks. It's ridiculous, but it's just the map. Wow, this is so well done, and it just really messes with your mind. Oh, actually, I'm playing on hard, so you know what I'm going to be grabbing? Just a couple of banana farms nice and quickly. Here we go. Increase production as soon as I can get that, because hard, I mean, I'm going to want a little bit of extra cash if I can take it. And honestly, I've just been sitting here staring at this map, wondering how do you possibly even build such a thing, because usually we don't see trees on their profile face, I guess. Usually we see them more from the top like we did in the last one, where even though they were minuscule, we only saw them realistically from the top. And so how do you go about building the grass and dreaming up this perspective shift and then having the 2 layers of background? I don't think there's anywhere else that we really have that two-dimensional view on any map. It's always bird's eye, and that's for good reason. It's kind of the stylistic choice. But how do you possibly do this and dream it up, and how do you get trees and sky and all that in there? That's crazy. God, people are very, very clever, aren't they? Oh, actually, I guess I should just also be checking, is there anything that I can clear? Anything to click on? Any kind of Easter eggs? I don't think so. I mean, to be fair, it is also Monkey Meadow, and so there shouldn't be any Easter eggs because that's such a classic track. You don't want to mess with such fine wine like that. But at the same time, it kind of also would have been nice just to have a little bit of a difference thrown in there. Just something that we've never seen before, literally, because it's just been out of our view and now we can see to the horizon. I mean, it's a little bit difficult to see, but I would love to know, what is it, a wheelbarrow outside the front of that hut on the hill? What is it? I mean, this monkey villagey, whatever you want to be calling it, I guess it's actually a, oh, what's the exact name? Is it a Monkeynopolis? Kind of not. No, Monkey City, maybe? I don't really know exactly what that guy would be. It's a clock tower monkey village, that's for sure. But what is the guy up on the hill? Because it almost looks like a bullet bill at the front. I don't know, that's just to my eyes, but that's what I'm seeing. But it also looks like a wheelbarrow, but I've never seen either of the sort in BTD. Oh, the weirdest one here, which I haven't really been paying attention to, is once I get this Spectre. Here we go, get this Spectre, and I just want to see, is there a massive perspective shift? There is! What is going on? It gets way bigger and way smaller. Look, it's huge up the top and then it's tiny down below and then it's huge up the top and then it's tiny down below. That's so weird to look at. Oh no. I wonder if this person knew what they were creating when they actually created this. I mean, it's one thing to flip the entire map on its side, but it's another thing to mess with my mind like this. I mean, obviously the map creator themselves can't do it because, well, they merely just mess with my mind. They didn't mess with the game, but if the temple, let's say you built a sun temple, if the temple was then more of a profile view, a side planar view as well, that would be awesome. Almost like what they used to do when the Sun Temple was originally came out. That's kind of in my memory what it looked like. It wasn't just this two-dimensional block on the screen. It had a bit of three-dimensionality to it. And hey, considering I now have $40,000, I think there is only one thing left to do, and that is right before we finish, just try and get another Spectre on the opposite orientation just to try and have a direct comparison. So obviously need to flip it around, and then it's going, oh, that's Wing Monkey, that's not flipping it around. Damn, now you guys are right next to one another. I need to flip you around and have them opposite one another just to be able to truly see what is going on here. Here we go, can I do it? There we go, that's pretty good. Oh, a boatload of banana that I don't particularly need, but look at that. Oh, I wish I could freeze it, but it's so tiny. You see the top one and then you look up and it's twice the size. It's a massive plate. It almost looks the difference between the Spectre and the Flying Fortress, let alone if the Flying Fortress was also on the screen. That thing would look huge and tiny. I mean, I kind of wish I saved up for it because I'm only, what, 20,000 away, but either way, it is an outrageous map that is very well done, and I think this is the perfect addition to BTD. You know, people love the new maps. It's always such a key component for people to go, oh, there's a new map, and this is just unlimited new maps. People can be both creative on the how to pop balloon side and on the map making side, and so this one actually just balances it perfectly where it's not too far away from home, but my goodness, does it feel different. And it wasn't completely crazy. I mean, obviously beating basically around 80 now, it should be fine, and it's felt like home, but not too much. There we go. Look at that. Victory is mine.